Hey guys, we'll get going in just a minute here. I'm just in an educational video, so I'm kind of switching modes. Please bear with me for just a couple seconds. Oh god, everything's breaking. Okay, we go here. All right, our first map of the evening is going to be Nightshade LE. Welcome to the Diamond Potatoes League. Or I think it's just the Potatoes League, considering Reality's a Masters player. But number 3. Check out exclamation Matcherino in the chat. Put in code AXCOM22 to add 50 cents in the prize pool for these players. Exclamation bracket if you want to see who the participants are. In the bottom right corner, as the purple Zerg, it's Reality. And in the top left, as the red Protoss, it's the Titan of Alpha X, the Kyojin. Kyojin's a pretty strong PvZ player, very cheesy. He likes to do his proxy Darkshrine play. I haven't casted him in a couple months actually, so things may have changed a little bit, but definitely a fearsome player. He's been known as a Masters level killer, which Reality is, so let's see if he can pull it off here today. Xenodactyl correcting me in the chat, it's Diamond and Under, but off races are allowed with a games played prerequisite. So, Reality not playing his main race. Kyojin dropping a Forge, and that's what I mean about Kyojin cheese. But Reality did open pool first, so he should be pretty safe against this. Oh my god, he's... the gateway, there's the cannon. This is not a full wall off, so Reality might be able to sneak Lings back here. Okay, well, it's it's still not a full wall off, but it's going to limit the arc that the Lings can come in from. He gets the gas steal too, which is going to hurt this upcoming Roach play. Reality does still have a large arc where he could sneak a drone out and try to get up a natural. It's going to go after that gas dizer. I think that's a wise decision. Kyojin could still cancel here. He is going to do that. This did delay the gas intake for a little bit of time, though, for Reality. Reality is running the Lings forward. Kyojin almost has a full wall off up. He should be dropping a cannon quite soon. Yeah, there's the Cybercore. Should see a cannon back home shortly. This natural will never be taken, but again, this ramp is not under threat. This cannon cannot hit anywhere beyond like this little point, and then it arcs backward. So Reality has every chance in the world to expand. Kyojin will hold off that little bit of Ling aggression. Reality going into 4 roaches. We should see those morphed into Ravagers, and the Biles should start falling. Kyojin has not dropped like a Proxy Robo or anything like that. He's going to Chrono Boost out a Stalker. Reality, don't throw your Lings away! Oh god! There's the Robo. The roaches are out, but Reality's not morphing Ravagers. He does have 300 gas in the bank. Okay, there's 2. Oh, a little bit of a miss rally on the Overlord. I feel that pain in my Zerg heart. 3 more are going to pop, but this is going to limit his production capacity. And a low econ Zerg is an endangered Zerg. He's even not mining, like, he didn't produce an extra 6 drones, so he's only mining off of 10 drones and 2 gases, which can be okay for Ravager play, but you can see how, just, like, how far minerals are lagging behind that gas count. The robotics facility has made it up. We should see Immortal production start very shortly. Thanos / Reality. Continuing to increase his roach count, morph in those Ravagers. It's going to sneak out a couple Lings as well to tank for these guys. Shield batteries are a little bit exposed up front. He's going to go for a Bile on the Stalkers, though, which are going to be easily dodged. There's so much more Corrosive Bile here. One shield battery does get taken out. Reality finally starting to do what he needs to do, but the Kyojin, like, this isn't, no offense to the Kyojin, this is not the best proxy I've ever seen, right? Like, the shield battery is exposed up front, the Immortal Stalker's a little bit far forward without really threatening anything, the Immortal production is a little bit delayed. But that said, Reality just isn't constantly dropping those Corrosive Biles. He's not constantly outputting damage, and, you know, the Kyojin is getting out that Warp Prism. He's getting out another Immortal. He's dodging these Biles. He's convincing Reality to try and Bile these guys. And it's working out. Guardian Shells are procced on both of these guys. A little bit of hull damage on the forward Immortal. Reality has snuck 2 more drones out. He's finally going to drop a Creep Tumor. A lot of Lings going down. Those are high larva costs, so it is still costing Reality, even though Lings don't cost too many minerals. They are very larva heavy. It's going to produce 8 more. But I feel like you need even more Ravagers. Reality finally connecting some Biles, does get a Stalker, but 4 Immortals here. And a Disruptor coming out. Reality going for a Nidus play. Does have an Overlord on the other side of the map, but remember, Protoss has Recall, so it's always a dicey proposition to try and get that Nidus play off. And, you know, if the Kyojin recalls, he's going to have all this surface area, which is bad for the Ravagers, because it can only Bile so many locations at once. Kyojin has so much APM to spare, he's just microing back. Necessarily. Here comes the Disruptors. Reality needs to split! Okay, he does pick off an Immortal, but the Disruptor shot does damage some of these boys. Boyos. 5 Immortals are way more than enough to overpower this fighting force. Another, it does not connect, actually. Reality now can't load all the way into this Nidus. He has a couple units in there, but, oh, this is devastating. There he goes. He is all in the Nidus in this Alpha X tournament, but he's not going to be able to pull back to defend. He's super all in here. And remember, Kyojin has a probe out on the map at the proxy. He is 3 minerals away from being able to drop another Nexus. No, return the minerals, Kyojin. Secure your victory. Down goes the lair. Reality does have a lot of drones with him. He does not have enough. There he goes. He did it. He pulled back to the Nexus. He dropped the minerals. He's fine. He can start another base, and as a matter of fact, he does it. There is no way humanly possible Reality can pull back in this game. Down goes the spawning pool. Down goes the Roach Warren. Now, this Nidus does still count as a building. He does still have drones, and he can still drop extractors. Yeah, GG is going to be called, and the Kyojin takes game number 1.
Pretend that void rays in the night sky aren't fully charged. I could really use Marines right now, Marines right now, Marines right now. Can we pretend that void rays in the night sky aren't fully charged? I could really use Marines right now, Marines right now, Marines right now. Yo, I could use a raven or a turret or a wish to go back to a game that's one-sided than this. Cause after all the rushing comes satin harassing, and all the scouting and mining and practice, and all the pandemonium and all the madness. You had a start gate and I walked right past it. And when you spot my banshee in the back, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna kill your ass, it's over. But that's just how the game unfolds. I'll play another game and be in control. But all my plans are rattling in the sand. You know I'd max Marines if I had another chance. So
once again, in the bottom right, as the purple Zerg, Reality can be whatever he wants it to be. It's Thanos. And in the top left, as the red Protoss, it's the Kyojin. Kyojin taking game number 1. The Cannon Rush into Proxy Robo, a classic Xenodactyl move. Kyojin getting cheesy once again with a proxy pylon. This is not going to be a cannon rush. Gonna have to see what he has up his sleeves. There's Gateway 1, there's Gateway 2. And this is going to be a proxy zealot rush. It's Gateway 3. Are we gonna see a 4th gateway? Can I get a 4th gate? Give me a 4th gate, come on. 3 gates going once, going twice, going 3 times. Can we get a 4th gate? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, and it's gonna be a forge! Just gonna get up cannons to defend this proxy. This is something we've seen Kyojin do in the past. Can be very strong versus the Zerg. Reality did open pool first once again, though, so it is going to be a little bit of a counter to this build. But does he figure out what's going on fast enough? He's going to go for 6 Lings. One gate, 2 gate, 3 gate Forge. As those Zealots are chrono boosted out, getting ready to clear the Zerg infestation on Simulacrum. Kyojin supply blocked! There's another pylon about to finish, but this is pretty huge. 2 Zealots are enough to defend this as long as they nestle back and don't get surrounded. The cannon has not been dropped. The probe's a little bit exposed. Reality doesn't get the snipe on the probe, though, and that cannon will go down. Reality's pumping out 4 more Lings. He's going to need some spines to defend this, though, and he is not throwing those down. First Ling has fallen. Every unit so indispensable here on both sides. Kyojin is getting a Cyber Core back home. These 3 Zealots can be shut down by these slow Lings. They're gonna back off creep. Reality does not go for the surround. Okay, 5 Zealots make the equation a little bit different, but in the same vein, 6 Slings going to pop in the defense for Reality, as well as a Baneling Nest getting close to finishing up. However, if the Kyojin gets in on those Banelings as they're morphing, this could be devastating for Reality. Baneling Nest is finished. No, Bane... is it, though? Couple seconds, there's the Baneling Nest. Six Banelings in production. The Kyojin sees them. Is he going to make his gamble? He is going to close in. The Banelings halfway morphed. Zealots very close to this Baneling line. First, they've hit the field, but they're not getting the greatest of connections. The Lings will be able to clean up here. But Kyojin did quite a bit of damage. Only 6 more Lings coming out. 4 more Banelings for Reality. Worker count's pretty even. But Reality holding on to that natural base. Another proxy pylon drop for the Kyojin. Cyber Core was finished back home. Warp Gate not researching. He's going for a cannon in the mineral line. And he's going for a follow-up proxy Stargate outside of Reality's natural. Kyojin taking a defensive posture as the Stargate gets up, and that's probably a good thing as 2 Banelings are moving out to see if they can connect with this probe line. This is like the longest journey you can take in StarCraft as a slow Baneling. Reality almost scouts the proxy, but not quite. He's 1 hex off on the vision. Sling's going to join their Baneling brethren. The Zealots are kind of positioned to intercept. No, go after the Baneling! Oh, God, is it gonna be... Oh! A half dozen probes go down for the Kyojin. Just like that. Reality ahead 9 workers. He's gonna need like 2 Void Rays to gun this down. Without taking hull damage from the Queens. Reality is not producing additional Queens, though. Kyojin still not going into Warp Gate. Here's the second Void Ray. It looks like Reality might want to morph these guys into Banelings. He's gonna get found out. Reality's got to be confused at this point, but he's not scouting around for the additional proxies. He's just seeing these 4 gates. He's like, where's the Protoss army? Where's the Protoss tech? He's going for a 3rd base. He still might not scout this out. Okay, no, he sees it. Cannon is going to get a cancel on this. There we go. Void Rays need to move in now, though. He still doesn't know it's a Stargate. He just knows there's a cannon there. There are no air defenses for the Zerg. These Queens will fall one at a time. They're not fighting united, so they're going to get burned down pretty easily. He did activate his anti-armor spell on the Void Rays, which isn't really going to matter. unless he attacks the buildings. But there go a half dozen drones as he heads into the main. Spores have been dropped. For reality, they will be up in time. The Void Rays can't really engage from that angle, but there's plenty of room for them to attack. Reality going all in with the Ling Bane. Lings are getting into the mineral line. They're trying to take out the cannon. They will do so. Probes fighting with the Zealots. Oh god, it's a probe slaughter. Kyojin can't close into the mineral line with these two Void Rays. He does still have 4 probes out on the map. The Nexus is still alive. He could recall. Oh god, run! Void Ray still putting in work. Queen very low on health. Zealots coming in to take care of the spores. Can Kyojin pull this off? His third base is going to go down for reality. There's no defending that. An additional queen is being produced in the main. Oh, he didn't finish burning down the Hydra Den. Kyojin, please. He's not in Terran. The building won't burn down. Hydra does hit the field. No, it's attacking Zealots. Okay, here come the Lings to try and clean up back home. 14 drones have gone down. Hydra Den finally falls. 3 Void Rays should be enough to take care of the Spore. There's still 2 more being built. The Natural is still operational. It looks like that's where Reality wants to take his defense, to the Natural and to the third. He's pulling to the third. Kyojin still has a probe. He can still mine. There's still cannons defending the proxies. Remember, the win condition is kill all your opponent's buildings. Lings are going to go after the Nexus. Kyojin can recall, defend it with the Void Rays, and continue mining with the probe. It's one hatch gone. This Void Ray being shot by the Queen, though, it's totally laser focused on the pool. This could be very bad for the Kyojin if he loses his Void Ray. And it looks like he will. There's still 3 on the field for a red Protoss. His Nexus is under threat, though. This Void Ray will not be enough to clean it out. The Nexus goes down. Kyojin no longer has the ability to mine. He can't afford any reality calls. GG. Kyojin takes the series 2-0. So we move on to the second round of the tournament. Taking a look at the bracket, elsewhere, Captain Club taking a 2-0 victory over Duck Pooler. Queer 2-0 over Sniper SC. Hey, thanks for the follow, Duckpool. Really appreciate it, my dude. No One Cat still facing down Swexteen. See who's gonna take on Xenodactyl. I think next we're gonna cast Xenodactyl whenever his opponent's ready.
transition to mech, and Zerg's gonna scream out Terran's OP.
Terran's so OP.
I might mess around, get a cloak banshee. I can always repair it with an SCV, but for now I'll just have to wait. Oh yes, I turtled, cause I can. Today my tanks are blowing up everything. Nice try, now your banelings are dead. You
So it looks like no one took the victory over Swex's team.
cause today I swear you're not killing anything. No, I don't need to repair. My upgrades are just unfair. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. I'll just strut across your speed up and turn my marines. Today I don't feel like killing anything. I just wanna win me some games. Don't need standard or a timing attack. Just need to turtle fuck 2 racks. 'Cause today I swear I'm not losing any games. I'll win them all. I'll win them all.
I remember when I rushed your base. There was such a mad look on your face. You said, what an OP raid. Why is Zerg so OP? But when I'm out there, yeah, I am out to rush. And it's not because I don't know enough. I just like things with love.
Okay, Snowflower has joined the party. The 2 players are going through match picks. In the meantime, I'd encourage you to !Matcherino in the chat. Put in the code AXCOM22 to add 50 cents to the prize pool for these players. Special thanks to Alpha X Sushi for putting in $10.50 to the prize pool. It's a genuine donation. Everyone else who put in the coupon code Duckpool, Quera, Magico, No One Not, Swexteen, Sniper, Reality, Ghost Fighter, Nexus, House Quark, Club Vakovitz, 11, 23 Nemesis, Acontastes, Alpha Black, Captain Canuck, Mesitic, Sunlily, No Hotkeys, Snoopy, Orajack, Sugar, Xenodactyl, someone's real name, Snap, Ding Ding Ding, Jakes, against Sushi with a $10 donation to the prize pool. The vetoes so far are Simulacrum, Zen, and Sleepers. Nightshade. Our first pick will be First map, Triton.
Because you were ahead and now your face is in pain, and all you had is my polo, the roaches to blame. You are wishing that I could be stopped, but stop, cause you can't stop a roach from being on top. Even if you force fear, they'll stop and drop and crawl underground till they decide to pop. And when they're out, they can quickly attack. In fact, you can fight and attack with everything back, but they'll just burrow.
Sorry, that's a spam bot.
What I gotta do to be like the crack.
Don't click that any links if he posted any. I don't think he did.
Stuck and dying, doing anything I gotta do to get to the top, which means making mass roach non-stop. Oh, I play StarCraft 2, and I cannot lose. I only need to make one thing. I do not need a coach.
First up on the docket is Triton. In the bottom right, as the Green Terran, it's Snowflower. In the top left, in the black and gold of Alpha X, it's Xenodactyl. I love the car salesman emotes. They're so value. Is he gonna drop a forge on the low ground? I haven't seen this one before. I'm not gonna lie, this is new to me. All right, we'll see how this goes. Is he trying to mind game Snowflower into thinking he proxied? I think so. But the probes, yeah, the SCV just sees it on the low ground anyway. Huh. Alright, Xeno with the probe scout into the main. We're gonna get to see a macro Xeno Protoss vs Terran game. No shenanigans going on. Snowflower keeping on top of scouting. Snowflower is going to go for a safer CC location. Hey, I mean, Snowflower's playing Xenodactyl. Like, you can never be too safe. The factory is going to go down. Snowflower pulls the SCV home. Kasai, can we get Revolt in the chat for the Xenodactyl again? But Adept shading forward. Robotics facility going down for our Protoss. Zealot positioned a bit aggressively. Depth behind it. Now these guys actually can take off the Marines, at least at their current count at the top of the ramp. I think Xeno waited a little bit too long. There's going to be 5 Marines now. Well, this forward Marine's a little bit exposed. Yeah, this is... They're focus firing the Adept. She's going to get picked off. Now the Zealot can't do anything. Nice play there from Snowflower. Down goes the Twilight Council for our alien pterodactyl. Starport getting a tech lab on it. Three gateways going down in the main for Xeno. And things are pretty calm. I mean, the Warp Prism's out. Xeno's gonna move out. Snowflower has a Raven on the field. It can drop a disable on this Warp Prism, so it can't warp in for a little while. It can't hot pick up, etc. Marine count is pretty decent. Snowflower finally gonna let the SCVs out. Worker count pretty even for both players. Army supply also even. Snowflower going for a little bit of a Cyclone aggression. Isn't gonna find too terribly much. Guess it's gonna lock onto the gateway. We'll eventually kill it, if left unmolested. There's the Warp Prism pickup. Comes the Zealot drop. Oh. Okay, that was a decent Widowmine hit, but it's not going to do too much to the Protoss army. 4 SCVs fall. Snowflower does have a tank, does have a ton of Marines behind the wall. But will Xeno have time to elevate her up to the top? There we go, the Supply Depot's fallen. Tank is still shelling pretty nicely. But the charge lots are now in on the tank. They get the surrounds. Xeno with another huge warp in. Gets the kill on the tank. It's just a few Marines holding down. Xeno isn't microing the best, but it's still going to be enough. The barracks is going to burn down. The 2 Marines should make it out before it does, but the boys are pulled. The boys are fighting. SCVs versus charge lots is never a fun matchup, and auto turret is dropped, but Snowflower fighting out of range of the auto turret. The SCV death toll has risen to 24. GG is called, and Xeno takes game number 1.
with a strategy. You even bought new gadgetry. Why are you so mad at me? Maybe it's cause you failed to see that even though you say you take a lot of time to train, you will never be close to Nada's levels of fame. But man, it's all the same. In the end, you'll lose the game. And Platinum League, you will always remain. You think Infested will win, but in the end, again and again, the same pattern will continue its trend. That's what you get when you switch from Talk to Zerg. Run over by roaches, don't even know what just occurred. Even Barnell tried to coach you, at least that's the word. And by your style of play, he seemed very disturbed. He wouldn't even take your cash and said you're too bad to coach. Said he can't teach you, they can't defeat Mass Roach. I play StarCraft 2.
Oops. Let's check. Let's change the text box. Well, Kasai, that's totally cool. You know why? Twitch happens to auto-generate a VOD, so you can actually just rewind the stream if you go to the video section and you want to see the Kyojin. There will also, I will link the VOD in place of the stream alert that I posted in Discord, and also Alpha X is uploading any Alpha X events I cast to their YouTube channel. So no need to fear that you missed out on the epic game that was the Kyojin versus reality. That's absolutely correct. Okay.
Game resumed.
Not only that, I run reruns now from the time I end Total War with Kugel until about noon every day. So, but in the top left, as the green Zerg, it's Snowflower. In the bottom right, it's the black and gold Protoss. It's Xenodactyl. Snowflower is rolling random. I can confirm that. And is totally within tournament rules to the best of my knowledge. Xeno drops a forge. Here we go, boys. Xeno up a point, and this time gonna get to do his signature build, which it happens to be Pylon Forge, Pylon Cannon. It's really unique. Doesn't really involve units until about 6 minutes into the game, but Xeno can't seem to find purchase. Snowflower with some pretty dank micro on the drones. It's going to force Xeno to drop the proxy a little bit farther back. There is a cannon going up. As a matter of fact, there's another cannon going back up at home in case Snowflower gets a little bit aggressive. Snowflower did go pool first, so is going to have some lings to poke out. Not going to be able to find any damage really, though. Its forward photon cannon a little bit exposed. Snowflower losing an extra Ling thanks to that repositioning. It's taking one extra cannon shot. This proxy will get established in any case. I don't know how I feel about proxying the Cyber Core. Snowflower going right into roaches. Does not have a second gas though. Couple spines going down for Snowflower. Xeno just happily getting the robo up. But I think Snowflower's in a really good position here. Safe to build 10 drones. I mean, the worker count is even. Xeno isn't exactly dropping a Nexus. But Snowflower really needs to ramp up Roach Ravager production. Oh, sacrificial Zerg Overlord loss every time. 3 more Overlords in production for Snowflower, but that means that Roach Wave is not coming. It's going to be about 17 seconds delayed. However, Xeno isn't okay, Xeno is proxying a Nexus instead of producing an Immortal. So, I don't know. You can't poke in against these spines with 3 Stalkers and a Zealot, or in an Adept. Not even a Zealot. Another Overlord pick is going to supply block Snowflower once again. And there's no Overlord in production this time. Warp Prism coming out for the Forge of Ire. Snowflower finally clearing up the supply blocks. Morphs in about 5 Ravagers. More Roaches coming. 16 Lings going onto the field, which I really... Okay, no, that's right. Only 1 gas and 1 delayed gas. Oh no! Oh no! Saturate the good gas! Okay, an engagement happening at the front. There is no blink, but there is Warp Prism blink. Some Lings go down. No losses for Xeno just yet. Snowflower is up 50 army supply to 22. Protoss units do trade pretty efficiently, especially with a Warp Prism, but I don't know if they trade double the army supply efficiently. Xeno also down 6 workers. He is on 2 Nexus, though. However, he has to hold this. Oh, God. 1 Bile does connect. Just the Lings going down. The meat of this army, the Roach Ravager, is still holding strong. I feel like Xeno needs to give up this forward pylon and defend at the shield batteries. Because he is never pushing into Snowflower now. This is just too much. He's not producing Immortal. Well, he wasn't. He has an Immortal on the field now, but, like, you need 3 or 4 at a minimum to push through this. Oh, God, Xeno, you can't defend this! Bile does connect with the Warp Prism. Only a couple defenders here. Oh! Corrosive Bile ranging out the Warp Prism long enough for the Roach Ravager to pick off the Immortal. Down go the Stalkers. The forward shield battery is lost. More Corrosive Bile dropping on the back shield batteries, and Xenodactyl in a very precarious position. He is still down 7 workers, but he's created a position for himself where he has to defend this proxy. If this proxy falls, so does that Nexus, and down goes the game for the Protoss. It's going to take the world's best Warp Prism Micro for him to pull this off. Only 2 Stalkers left. This Immortal might finish. It will not. It does get depowered. Hashtag cancel Xeno's proxy. Down goes the Gateway. The Cyber Core now under threat. Only 1 cannon. The hope for the Golden Protoss. Xeno in a galaxy of trouble. Snowflower is going for the kill on the main base. He does know about this. No, he does. Wait, how did he? That the odds on that. The odds of not seeing the Nexus. Are you serious? I don't think it's gonna matter overall in the game. But somehow Snowflower during that entire engagement did not see the Nexus. Some of Snowflower's own links go down. It's not going to matter though. Xeno has 1 gateway back home, a couple more at the proxy, and the Zerg is pushing in. 74 army supply to 14. Down goes the cannon. Recall on the few remaining defenders and the probes. But that's going to give away the fact that Xeno has another Nexus. Snowflower is already hunting for it. This time Snowflower finds the Nexus. This defense is not enough against these Lings, but Snowflower still doesn't want to risk anything. Xeno's hanging in for the hell of it, just trying to stay relevant. Snowflower pumping out even more roaches, getting a 3rd base, getting ready to push in. 2 cannons and a shield battery. And a Dream for the Protoss. Looks like Snowflower is going to close out this game and even up the series 1-1. Arctic. That was my favorite Albion online streamer. The score is 1-1 in the top right corner. As the green toss, it's Snowflower, and in the bottom left, as the gold toss, it's Xenodactyl. Xeno doesn't know what race he's up against. So he's debating whether to throw down a Forge. Okay. GLHF him toss. Xeno is going to be able to confirm that. Forge. At the top of the ramp for Xenodactyl. We have a cannon rush! Down goes the first pylon. Down goes the second pylon. Down goes the third pylon. And this probe is nestled in safely. There are not enough probes to stop any of these pylons from finishing. Second Probu is coming into the main. First pylon is finishing. We should see a cannon drop shortly. There it is. Snowflower trying to figure out what to do. It's going to be defensive cannons for the green toss. They aren't going to... are they though? No, they will. They will. They will get up in time to shut this down. They need to target fire this cannon immediately though. Oh god. Xeno's cannon taking out the Zealot. Okay. Snowflower's first cannon falls. These two will clean this up. Oh wait, no, I'm confused. This is Xeno's cannon. Oh my god, I misclicked there. Okay, no, Xeno gets this done. Snowflower loses this entire area of the map. There is no defending this. There's no possible way. The math does not work out. Xeno's cannons into the main. GG. And Xeno takes the series 2-1. Game sound is echoing somehow? That's no good. Can anyone else confirm that? Okay. So Xeno is going on to face clear. Eleven is still facing down the Kyojin, but Captain Club advances 1-0 over Captain Canuck somehow. I don't know. Canuck was here a little bit earlier, but... All right, it looks like
SCV, ready to go. Drones and probes, mining for gold. Oops, I don't have enough supply.
we're gonna cast Kyojin versus Captain Club first.
What? I can't see where you
Both semifinals will be casted, and then we'll move on to Queer versus Xeno.
invisible. Is it cause I got gas in my ass emulator? StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. What would I be doing without you? StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I'd rather be playing than going to school. StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I quit my job because of you. StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I love you.
A Reaper Rush, you must be a noob. My Zerglings will rip their heads in two. Everything I do is from my Kerrigan. Orgies and spawning pools with infested Terrans.
New to list, screaming in my ear. Zedula, that's all I got here. So annoying.
Ah, bro, dude.
.net over a million.
I mean, Snowflower was playing a little bit more legitimate, but I had to face someone who race switched in the middle of a tournament a couple days ago in friendlies, and it's I totally get it. It's super tilting. But yeah, Snowflower was playing legit random.
StarCraft 2, what would I be doing without you? StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I'd rather be playing than going to school. StarCraft
Yeah, no, I can imagine. That's
my job because of you. StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I love you. I love you. StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. What would I be doing without you? StarCraft 2.
alright. First veto from Kyojin is Zen. The first veto from Captain Club is Ephemeron.
I quit my job because of you. StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2. I love you.
Second veto from Kyojin is Sleepers. Second veto from Captain Club is Simulacrum. And our first map is going to be Nightshade. In the top left, as our Teal Terran, it's Captain Club. And in the bottom right, as our Orange Toss, it's the Kyojin. We've seen Kyojins. Protoss versus Zerg. How is he going to shape up against a Terran? In my experience, you know, it's been... He's pretty strong against Terran. He has a lot of versatile builds. He likes his Stalker play. He likes his proxies. He likes his DT switches if he's feeling a little bit pressured, a little bit behind. How's he gonna do today? How do you even know this is live, Kasai? What if this is just another rerun? What if I saved this tournament on my computer and I'm just broadcasting the video to Twitch? And I preempted you saying this at the minute 30 mark in this video. Kyojin with some Pro Paras. Oh my god, so much hull health gone. The Reaper is here to save the day, but is it going to be in time? Oh, RNG saving Captain Club. This guy should be able to finish the CC. Our Terran friend. As the factory up, Reactor will be the first to add on. Tech Lab will go onto the factory. We could see a swap there, as always. Starport going down as well. Although that would be pretty dumb if you built a reactor on the barracks and a Tech Lab on the factory and then swap that. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna caster fail. There's another Stalker. Robo facility fully operational for the Protoss. Warp Prism is under production. Here's a couple more barracks. Kyojin looking like he wants to go for a 2-base play, is pushing forward with the Stalker Adept, Warp Prism coming out behind them. Captain Club with a bunker to defend, a tank on the high ground. Looks like Kyojin might be going for an elevator play here. He's going into a robotics bay behind this. The Siege Tank putting in work, but unfortunately, the Warp Prism did elevate her up to the high ground, is going to go for a Warp In. And Captain Club's going to have some issues defending. Tank gets gunned down as it pops out of the factory. Zealot going to town on the SCVs. One add-on has fallen. Stim is just sitting right there. Has a long way to go. Marines are getting gunned down. Captain Club's going to call GG. And Kyojin takes game number 1. In the top left, as the blue Terran for Alpha X, it's going to be Captain Club. And in the bottom right, as the orange Protoss for Alpha X, it's the Kyojin. Reaper expand from our blue Terran. Gonna have to see what the Kyojin's up to. I think Triton's pretty balanced in Protoss vs Terran. There's enough of a balance between choke points and open spaces that both armies can perform tactical maneuvers in a pretty safe way. You can position, you know, an observer here, get a blink all-in going, things like that. There's enough room to hide a proxy, but it's not large enough that it's impossible to scout. Kyojin's getting quite the delay on the CC. Probe is not going to poke in to see if it can get the SCV kill. The Reaper's too close to being out. Kyojin's going to see if he can save it. Ugh. Ooh, Units are dancing. He is going to try to get the SCV kill. Is the Reaper too far away now? Shields are regen. Oh, 2 free shots go down on the Probe, though. 3, 4, a little bit of hull damage. It's gonna be dicey. Now the Probe doesn't get it. First blood. Stalker, second unit onto the field for the Kyojin, and he's going into a robotics facility. here comes the Warp Prism. Robo Bay being thrown down for the Kyojin as well. Could be Disruptors, could be Colossi. Captain Club going standard bio. A little bit of a supply block there. Couple seconds, 2 tree. It is going to be Colossi out of the Titan. Kyojin's pushing out with a couple Stalkers and a Warp Prism. Is he going to get too far caught out, though? Okay, the Warp Prism taking a lot of damage. Stalkers gunning down a couple Marines. Tank sieging up in the back. Kyojin is down 15 army supply to 24, but he does have the Colossus. Captain Club is going to have to deal with a Colossi dropping in his face. Another tank, another Marine come to join the front. But Kyojin's gonna get aggressive as he's under siege and take a third. Very confident in his abilities to hold Captain Club off. Some SCVs are damaged. Marines trying to poke in at the Warp Prism. In the meantime, Captain Club going for his attack. Stalker's absorbing quite a bit of damage, but just gonna get, like... Nope, not even a Marine. Kyojin. Did he lose the... He lost the Colossi! Lost the Colossi, Master Kyojin has. All of a sudden, Captain Club's looking like he's in a great position. He's gunning down the probe line. Kyojin just trying to do too much at once. He is getting out of Colossus. He does have quite a bit of bank, too, but not the gateways to keep up. He did drop, like, 7 of them. 6. Extended Thermal Lance under development as well, but he's taken 10 probes and damage. That is going to even up the worker count. The Terran a little bit ahead because of mules. Colossus is trying to hold the line. The medevac dropping in his face. Warp Prism trying to save it from pickup. Oh god, that Colossi so low on health. Is Captain Club gonna do this? Colossi dropping on the tanks. It's gonna get 2 of them. The third one unsieges. There is very little... the 1 health hot pickup. Kyojin with another warp in. He is still a 2-base Protoss. Oh my god, the risky plays with the Colossus, but it's working. The tank is gonna get sieged up. It can't get the shot off on the Colossus. So it's going to go down to the low ground. Captain Club's siege of the main is finally broken. But he's got more army supply where that came from. Looking to attack the third now. Kyojin holding with the 1 health. Colossi is going to push out and try to drop some more on the other side of the map. He's gonna lose another 15 probes, though. He did get a Dark Shrine up while the attack was happening, so he is going to cause some mayhem and destruction. But he lost his 3rd base. Club's gotta figure out where he wants to scan, how he wants to defend. Right now, he doesn't have any. Medevacs are going to pick up and head back home. Kyojin somehow still in this game. He is down 9 workers, but DT's putting in work to try and clear that up, as well as that Colossi. How many kills on this Colossus? 14 kills on the Colossi. Almost 24 SCVs are going down. The scan's wasted. Oh. It's gonna be forever till Captain Club has another scan. He's producing a Raven. I really like this move. So this DT will fall, but down goes the supply team. Kyojin's gonna have to pick up and head home. Is he now? Huge Doom drop coming out for Captain Club. Charge lots moving in. Not quite able to kill these Marines fast enough. Dark Shrine being focused down by the tank. DT is going to work here, but he's going to be the last DT. Down goes the scan. That gets cleaned up. One DT still causing mayhem in Captain Club's base. He's down to 9 workers. But Kyojin just doesn't have enough to engage. He's slow warping in. There's no gateway to make this a fast warp in pylon. Down goes a lot of production for the Kyojin. I think the Kyojin loses. Club can still fly his buildings. He still has 8 workers. He's lost a lot, but there's so much army supply on the field. It's 60 to 17. The Kyojin down to 1 Nexus. It can. Club doesn't seem to want to use his spells, though. So, like, yeah, Disable can really help with the Prism Colossi. Auto turrets can help with these charge lots, but yeah, GG. There we go. Captain Club evens up the score 1-1. Next up is going to be Eternal Empire. It's the final map in this series. The score is 1-1. In the top right corner, we have our blue Terran, Captain Club. And in the bottom left, as our orange toss, is the Titan of Alpha X, the Kyojin. What are your predictions, guys? Who takes the series? Kyojin looked very strong in game 1, but not so much in game number 2. Just kind of falling apart, making some weird decisions. Captain Club taking advantage of that just enough to pull off the W. Captain Club, once again, going for the Reaper. Gonna get up an Expo. Kyojin, dropping a Nexus. Oof! That's a dated meme! Xenodactyl calling the max packs. But we can clearly see the first gateway in his main. Rip. Maxi Paxidis. Kyojin this time did get a delay on the CC. It's gonna be pretty nice for him. Does he want to engage 2 Marines and the Reaper? I guess so. He's gonna get 1 Marine kill, but he mismicroed the Adept a little bit. Not going to go any farther. Not too long of a delay on the CC for Captain Club. Robo facility back home for Kyojin. DT drop into charge lots. That is a favorite of the Kyojin. It's going to be a Widowmine drop out of our Terran. Robo Bay going down in the main. I don't think anybody does, Xeno. I don't think anyone can understand. It takes a high IQ to understand the machinations of the Kyojin. There's the next 2 Widow Mines. Popping right as the medevac does. He's gonna load out. Load up and head out. Stim halfway done as well. Colossi about halfway finished. Kyojin going for a third base. He does see the drop. Will he react in time? Two Stalkers are a little bit out of position. His Widow Mines will unload. Oh, he almost ran into the Widow Mine, but it's not burrowing. Okay, there we go. 4 probe kills, not horrific. Here's the second drop. Hero Widow Mine. That's going to be 13 probe kills in total. Kyojin now 3 workers behind instead of being ahead. Colossus is out on the field for him, and he's going for the Colossi drop. Wow! Look at this AP! It's what you get when you have a Protoss player on the field. Am I right, boys? Okay. It does look like game 2. But this Colossi doing some damage. A little bit. Okay, he's up to 5 kills. Captain Club's trying to figure out how he wants to deal with this. He can't just stem in with the Marines because Colossi will take them down. Or zip out with a Warp Prism. Okay, he's gonna get out of Viking. This is a really smart play. That does force Kyojin to back off. Captain Club is not pursuing. Armory goes down for the cap. More production going up for the Kyojin, as well as a forge being dropped. Templar Archives getting up behind this as well. Two Vikings tagging onto the Warp Prism. Kyojin now 8 workers ahead despite taking 13 probe losses from the 4 Widow Mine drop. Captain moves out his 3rd CC. It's not an orbital just yet. Resonating glaives on the menu for the Kyojin. Now they are patching this, so he canceled them. Alright. Armor is going to hit the field for the Protoss. Extended Thermal Lance almost finished as well. Stalker Archon picks off a full medevac, and this is a great start to this coming engagement for the Kyojin. A drop is going to hit his natural, but he can warp in to defend. Can he though? He just warped in a few high temps. Only taking 4 probes and damage right now. Kyojin morphing in some Archons. Waiting for +1 weapons to finish. There they are. Kyojin moving in for the engagement. Oh, Marines being cut down by the charge lots. Down goes Tank 1. There's 3 left on the field. Vikings closing in. They're not going after the Warp Prism, though. Archon's dealing huge amounts of splash damage. 7 SCVs cut down. The 3rd still taking damage. It's on fire. Down go all the SCVs. 3rd orbital is gone. Archon's taking care of the Vikings. GG is called. And the Kyojin takes a 2-1 victory and will be our first player to move on to the Grand Finals.
Every day.
Next up is going to be Zen. In the top right, as the blue Protoss, it's clear. And welcome back to the main stage once again. Our golden toss. The Forge of Alpha X, Xenodactyl. We are guaranteed a Protoss vs. Protoss finals, ladies and gentlemen. But are we going to be guaranteed a Protoss vs. Cannon Rush finals? We'll wait and see if Xeno takes the victory, or if Queer is going to take the W. There's the Forge from Xeno. Xeno is one of... Oh god, this is not a great start. Down goes the first probe, and so will the first pylon. Second pylon dropped on the low grounds. Forge is finished back home. Queer with the defensive Forge. This pylon will go down before it can provide, or before the cannon's finished, and it can do its job of providing high ground vision. This isn't completely shut down. Why? Why would you? No! No! Kill the pylon! Kill the pylon! Kill the pylon! Kill the pylon! Clear! Clear! Kill the... Oh my god, the cannon's up. I don't even... Why you do this to me? Queer had this. Queer had this defended. Now the gateway's under fire. Stalker is being chrono boosted out. It will not finish before the gateway is gunned down. The forge under fire. A cannon on the high ground. One defensive cannon should be enough to hold this off from pushing in farther. It will finally pick off that pylon. But Clear now has no production and no way to stop this probe from providing high ground vision. The forge falls. This cannon rush will not progress any farther. But Xeno has successfully contained his opponent. Will he expand behind it? Probably. This is Xenodactyl. He's going to get a Zealot in on the mineral line. Start harassing these gas mining probes. Probes will clean this up, but they're going to take some losses. Nice micro here from Clear. Limiting the damage. Stargates on both sides. Xeno sees this. Clear does not have scouting on Xeno Stargate. But his will be up first, and we should see a Void Ray popping out. Oh my god. Shade forward from the Adept. Will be cancelled. Shield battery is now operational. Void Rays on both sides, but Clear unnecessarily delaying his will finish about the same time as, well, I guess a couple seconds earlier. He's gonna have a few Void Ray shots on this forward cannon. Shield battery will hold it long enough. Xeno actually ahead on workers. He does have a couple of them at the proxy, so it's not as bad as it could be. This is an interesting fight that's shaped up, but remember, Xeno has the option to expand. Clear does not. Clear will knock down a cannon. Xeno a little bit supply blocked. It's gonna get worse as this pylon falls, which it will. Will it though? It will. Xeno supply blocked again. Clear is in the clear. And he's going to gun down the gateway. And is well on his way to breaking this proxy. Shield batteries are out of energy. But, only for Xeno. But Xeno's committing hard. He's, instead of dropping a Nexus back home, he's floating the minerals and getting up a second Stargate at the proxy. Queer has so many shield batteries. $800 minerals in the bank for Xeno. The Void Ray count is too much in Clear's favor, and this proxy will fall. Double Stargate and all. Yeah, Xeno's dropping Chrono Boost on those 2 Void Rays. He still has more than enough money to transition out of this, but he calls GG. Clear takes game number 1.
I've lost too much mind inside. I knew I was in trouble when you. Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna chill in my place. Don't feel like dealing with your trolls, SCP or approach. Today I swear I'm not scouting anything. I'm gonna pick my CC up and slowly expand. Float my barracks there and watch when they land. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't. I'll be lounging in my base, turret starting above me. Build me some bunkers so those roaches can't touch me. 'Cause in my castle I'm the freaking man. Oh yes, I turtled 'cause I can. Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna mass up some tanks. Don't feel like sieging up your home, so go ahead and make your drones. 'Cause today I swear I'm not killing anything. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Next up is Ephemeron. In the top left, taking the first win in the best of 3. It's the blue Protoss. Clear. It's in the bottom right. Black and gold of Alpha X is Xenodactyl. Are we gonna see another Forge? Clear seemed to respond really well to this. The game could have been over very quickly had he just attacked the pylon for about 3 more seconds. It was not meant to be. There's the Forge from Xeno. This will be scouted. He's gonna see the second probe moving out, and then he's going to confirm it with the Forge. How does Clear react? We're seeing a repeat of game number 1. Sort of. This time the probe will be safe. It's nestled pretty securely back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This pylon will get picked off before any kind of cannon finishes. Xeno does allow it to finish. Okay. Well, maybe not. Should still go down before the cannon, but that's not going to matter too much. There is a Zealot out. Zealot will get in on this cannon. Okay. Alright. Clear, I think, holds. Does he now? Okay, this is another Xenodactyl. Pylon, that's a clear cannon. Yeah, this is held. It's down. It is. But is it down? Yeah, absolutely. What does Shibal mean, Kyojin? Xeno's not giving up. He's gonna back off and continue proxying. He's dropping another cannon, but this Zealot will take care of things. I mean, I feel like Xeno could just... He does great damage sometimes. He delays mining, etc., but like... He needs to throw down Nexi, man. He needs to continue getting ahead behind it.
Game pause.
I guess Queer is getting some lag. We are on US West. I don't know if that matters at all.
Game resumed.
Queer, in a phenomenal position, is dropping a Stargate. Xeno dropping cannons back home. He's, I don't know what he's doing. I guess this is going to be a hidden base. He does have the minerals for it. Some of these guys not mining, they are following their friends. Or probes have fallen. Clear, heavily supply block though, and not building any pylons. You're not building any pylons, bro! Bro! Okay, there we go. Natural. It's gonna save him a little bit. And there are the pylons to save the day. Phoenix play from Clear. Xeno down 10 probes. Well, I mean, this Phoenix sure did get a lift on an Adept, but it's not saving the probe line. It only takes 2 Adepts to one-shot a worker. Xeno's Phoenix count continues to rise, but he needs to get across the map and do damage, and he needs to do it now. He is now down 25 workers and a base. Queer is up to 3 Phoenix. They cannot engage the Phoenix of Xeno unless they fight within range of a shield battery. He's going back to pick up a Stalker. But, I mean... Queer is so far ahead, like... He can just outproduce what these Phoenix are killing. Pretty much no penalty. +1 air weapons on the way for Clear. Xeno finally dropping a hidden Nexus. Queer trying to drop a third, loses his first probe. But Xeno's got to get about 20 more, and he's fighting Phoenix in range of, like, that could pull back to a shield battery. He's outgunned. Clear. Possibly looking to do more economic damage to Xeno. There aren't stalkers on the ground. There's 2 Phoenix in the air. They are supported by a shield battery. But there's just too much DPS. Even with the cannon. Oh, the patrol from Clear. GG is called. Clear takes a 2-0 victory over Xenodactyl to be our second player to move on to the grand finals and face down the Kyojin.
The mid-game will pick up, I'll switch up my tech. I'll drop some bio transition to mech. And Zerg's gonna scream out Terran's OP.
Terran so OP.
I might mess around, get a cloak banshee. I can always repair it with an SCP. But for now, I'll just have to wait. Oh, yes, I turtled cause I can. Today my tanks are blowing up everything. Nice try, now your banelings are dead.
Thank you to everyone who put in the code. We are now up to 24 dirty esports dollars. If you would like to support these players, please put in the code AXCOM22 over at the Matcherino, exclamation Matcherino in the chat. No cost to you. They don't spam you with emails or anything. Thanks to 24 Hour Fitness and GameStop for helping these guys out with those free dirty esports credits.
Today I don't feel like killing anything. I just wanna win me some games. Don't need standard or a timing attack. Just need to turtle from 2 racks. Cause today I swear I'm not losing any games. I'll win them all. Won't lose at all. I'll win them all.
I remember when I rushed your base. There was such a mad look on your face. You said, red, white, so I'm out there, yeah, I'm out to run. And it's not because I don't know enough. I just like Baleen buzz. Does that make me cheesy? Does that make me cheesy? Does that make me cheesy? Probably. I see that you have made a wall at your natural turtle. I said, damn, now I have to expand. And when you have only 2 bases, I'm on 3. I'm a Zerg mass production king. I'll just build roach till you throw GG. Mass roach, mass roach, mass. Does that make me cheesy?
Map number 1 will be Ephemeron. Map number 2 will be Eternal Empire. And a Triton final map. In the top left, as the blue Protoss, it's Clear. And in the bottom right, as the orange Toss, it's the Kyojin. It's going to be another best of 3 for the grand finals. And there are stakes here. So both these guys are into that $24 prize pool. And it's going to be a 75% split for the winner and 25% for the loser. So both these guys going home with some sweet, sweet esports cash today. But one with 3 times the amount. Kyojin dropping a proxy pylon. Yeah, now, okay, so we've seen Protoss shirts Protoss before in this tournament, but these guys finally gonna play a little bit straight. I guess not Kyojin going with the proxy gateway, but the first thing you're looking for in any PvP is going to be these first 2 stalkers. Well, the first 2 units out of the gateway, which in this case are going to be stalkers on both sides. Stalkers do signal aggression. Stalker Sentry signals defense, and Double Adept signals harass. Stargate goes down for Clear. Kyojin getting up a couple additional... Well, he's getting up Warp Gate technology. Clear's hunting around with a Stalker Death Squad. Trying to see if he can find any proxies. High ground vision is a cruel mistress. Kyojin does have enough to engage this, especially with the Stalker very far forward, but he is not grouped up to actually engage it, and Clear has not thought to check this high ground. Robotics facility behind this from Clear. Clear wins this engagement. Yeah, down goes the first Stalker. Here come the reinforcements, but 2 Stalkers fall for the Kyojin. Kyojin does have the concave. Okay, with the reinforcements, it's gonna be enough. Clear calls GG, and Kyojin takes game number 1.
Just like me. I play StarCraft 2, and I cannot lose. I only need to make one thing. I don't have to be the coach. I only need just roach. Then you will lose.
I see you morphing your drone for an early hatch, and I'm like, forget you. And then I play a toss in a mirror match, and I'm like, forget you, and he forgets me too, but he don't scam my proxy and leaves without GG. Ha, ain't that a rich quid? Ain't that a rich quid? And now with Terran's up next, I'll do what I do best with a forget you. I just get losses. Taking 2
Oh my god. I didn't stop the music. Caster fail. Okay. In the top right, as our blue toss, it's clear. And in the bottom left, as the orange toss, up 1-0 in the best of 3, it's the Kyojin. Clear. Sending out a scouting probe. Kyojin going for a little bit of the later worker scout. Clear scouting in. Kyojin dropping a proxy pylon. Oof. Oof. It's an aggressive clear probe. Clear is mad. He's ready to put a point on the board. Even Kyojin notices it. Bad boy. I probably shouldn't interact with him. That's as much as I want to. Look at that, Kyojin APM. Oh, I'm just gonna sit at 0 for a little while. Kyojin's so effective with so few actions. There we go. Now he's moving. Kyojin, with the proxy, Twilight Council is going for a Dark Templar play. This grate looks like out of place, man. The texture's like floating over the map a little bit. You just sit down with a box of wine and you drop unbuildable plates. There's the Dark Shrine from the Kyojin, as well as a gateway for fast warp in. Clear going for the Nexus play and a Stargate. The fact that Clear is going Stargate means he's not going to have a Robo. If he goes for a Phoenix play, this could be totally disastrous. If he goes for an Oracle, he could, you know, hit a timing where he has enough energy to drop a Revelation on the DTs. But Clear's decision-making, based on the scouting that he's received, is not preparing him for what he's about to deal with. There's the robotics facility. Is it going to pump out an observer in time? There's the Adept Shade. It's going to be canceled. It does get 2 probe kills in the natural. Kyojin has a slow warp in pylon. A bit forward. Dark Shrine has been finished for a little while. When are those DTs coming? There they are. 2 DTs. Where are they? Where are they? Okay, they're at the slow warp in. Does Clear notice? First probe has fallen. The hold position on the probes. Kyojin has to shift click these guys. There he goes. But there is the observer. Kyojin able to get off a recall on one of the boys, but only 3 probes in total do go down. Nice hold there from Clear. He's gonna push out. Kyojin only had 2 workers and down 8 army supply. DTs are pretty expensive. Clear's gonna find the proxy. Here it is. DT in the defense, an observer not with these forward stalkers, but they are going to try and leash the DT back. He's morphing an Archon in an unsafe location. Charge is being chrono boosted, but will these stalkers cut it off before it can finish? It looks like the answer is no. Oh. Nice play there, saving both those Dark Templar by the Kyojin. He's going to hold. Charge is finished. Kyojin with a robotics facility of his own, Clear going into Immortal production. Archons holding the fort down against these Stalkers. The Stalkers not focusing the Archons, instead focusing the Zealots. Phoenix will clean up the backline. The first Archon has fallen. Immortal putting in work from behind. Only some charge lots engaging into the army. Stalkers are able to pick off all of the Phoenix. One of the Archons was saved. One Immortal goes down. There's a second from the high ground. It targets down the Archon. Only 2 probes going down economically for Clear. And we're pretty much back where we started, except Clear. 12 workers ahead. Kyojin not really pumping those out during the engagement. Clear getting his own Templar Archives. Kyojin is ahead in the upgrades. He does have charge on the field. He does have that DT tech. It's warping in some more DTs. Look at just how slow that warp-in is, man. It's so long. Even more DTs hitting the field for Kyojin. Can the Zealots all engage this army? Looks like the answer is no. Queer backs up to the choke point. But he is still mining significantly more than the Kyojin. First Immortal has fallen. Second Immortal will fall. Gets cut down. Third Immortal is saved by the Guardian Shell for now. AT dealing huge damage to it. Down it goes. Queer's defense is melting for now. He needs to warp in. More charge lots to the front for the Kyojin. Phoenix gets shut down. Probes now engaging Archons. They will get one kill along with the Immortal, but 13 of them lose their lives in the process. We're still ahead in Workers. If he can hold this, he'll be in good shape. There's a warp-in of Adepts. More DTs coming in from the back, though. Gonna morph right into an Archon. Try and tank some damage. The Observer gets picked off. That means DTs can deal damage. Kyojin is going for 2 more behind this, but he is surrounded by Immortals, and Archons do not trade the best against Immortals. He's going to count on these Dark Templar to deal the damage now. 23 probes went down in that engagement. The Kyojin finally ahead in economy. But another Observer pumped out for clear. Kyojin trying to snipe it, but it moves out of range of his Observer. Does have the high ground. Don't do it, Clear. I have the high ground. Zealots cutting down the Stalkers. GG is called, and the Kyojin is going to be your Diamond Potatoes League Grand Champion, taking home 75% of that prize pool. Queer going home with 25%. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Renegade. I'm gonna let the music play out, and then I gotta do some video editing, eat some food, and I'll be back most likely later tonight with some Total War or with some StarCraft Ladder. Thanks again to Mr. Potato Pleb himself for having me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Make their way to platinum. I pity the noobs who can't play StarCraft 2. Yeah, looks like I'm the game winner. Well, just cause I'm an all-in-a. I've got some news for you. You really need to work on your macro, dude. I see you morphing your drone for an early hatch, and I'm like, forget you. And then I play a toss in a mirror match, and I'm like, forget you, and he forgets me too, but he don't scan my proxy and leaves without GG. Ha, ain't that a rich quid? Ain't that a rich quid? And now with Terran's up next, I'll do what I do best with a forget you. Each game, I play the exact same. Set hotkeys, good luck, have fun. By 26 food, I'm killing your dudes. And wait for the good game well won. I pity the noobs who can't play StarCraft 2. Yeah, looks like I'm the game winner. Well, just cause I'm an all-in-a. I've got some news for you. You really ought to read up on the metagame, dude. I see you morphing your drone for an early hatch, and I'm like, forget you. And then I play a toss in a mirror match, and I'm like, forget you, and he forgets me too, but he don't scam my proxy and leaves without GG. Ha, ain't that a rich quit? Ain't that a rich quit? And now what Terran's up next, I'll do what I do best with a forget you. But now that I'm in diamond, suddenly I'm failing so bad. So bad, so bad, so bad. People keep on rolling me, I'm losing ladder points that I had. Why I keep trying? It's all I can do. It's all I can do. I see your speed links around my proxy pro, but I still forget you. Did I lose? Cloak banshees kill all of my snow globes, and I still forget you. But the forgets lose. I'll drop snipes my core, and I hit all death 4. Ain't that a rich quid? Ain't that a rich quid? So I try